Oh, hello, 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 and welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm going to say welcome to my conversation podcast. Oh, everybody's struggling for representation, but you better understand we are just represented as this is the year of 2020. What is it, 2025, 26? Really doesn't matter because I'm not out of my mind, but you would think I'd be out of my mind listening to people who don't understand the obligation for cities, states, and towns is to ensure that adequacy is just simply happening for the people who look like you, or perhaps maybe they look like me. But it really doesn't matter because it is we the people. And as we the people are born under the American star, I was just born in Mississippi. I didn't live in Mississippi always, but I was born there, Columbus, Mississippi. And when you have to understand that family is just family. But when family trying to pull one on you, there's just no more representation than what? Than what you're willing to put in. So everybody gotta be somebody. And everybody is somebody. And that's just real. So here we are, living in America, being who? Just being Americans, living that American dream, I'd say. hmm I have a cold popsicle. It's just simply delicious. So this morning I got a text from Tracy Lewis, and she said there is a board of prisons, the board, the prison board of commissioners of Nevada meeting, and she told me the address. So I put the address in. It didn't want to come up at first, but then it did come up, and I went over there. There was Governor Lombardo, and guess who else was there? The AG. That's right, the Attorney General. And he was holding Lombardo accountable for some things on a Senate bill, I believe it's 405 or something like that. But he didn't want to be held accountable. But you don't understand. The state of Nevada was being sued by the federal government for the violation of Title II rights for children, well, with adults with disabilities. And they sued them and they filed in the court of the state of California. Well, California's overseeing this level of oversight. I realized negotiated whatever parlay. But understand that in America, you're just entitled. Entitled to what? But whatever's free and appropriate. If it ain't appropriate, then you don't have to accept it. And I'm just saying, failure's not an option, and we just might have to have a conversation. But when the state doesn't have any data in regards to how they wanted to move you from your gifted and talented placement for life, and I'm saying, well, what did they do to enable you to stay? And they didn't do shit. Well, they just violated your civil rights. So we're gonna have to talk about that. All the students that were moved in violation of their human rights, in violation of what a district should offer is transitional services. hmm You only know what you know because you know, but you ain't got to know shit. hmm When people have to figure out what is their most important attribute, I'll say it like that. What do they actually bring to the table? But honey, if you ain't bringing shit, do you expect to walk off with something? I'm telling you, I'm just fascinated with what people think that this federal dollars, all this federal money that we paying for taxes, what they think is for. I'm confused. I have to go to my theme song, and I'm just gonna go to it for a minute, y'all. Just a minute. I really have to ask this question. What is the difference in the children based on ethnicity or based on race? Because, quite frankly, all children have a right to learn. And what they learn is based on what the district has chosen to teach. But when there's zero accountability, and then people begin to judge your ability, then you have to question. Then you don't have to question anymore because special education, it just exists. You understand? It exists, so it's we the people. And it's like Burger King. It's what you need, not necessarily. It's the way you like it. Hmm. And when you understand that, there's so much power in that. I mean, Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, a peck of pickled peppers. Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where is the pickled peppers that Peter Piper picked? And I had to learn that. But not everybody can say that. Hmm. And then I also had to learn seashells, seashells down by the seashore. Mm. And once I learned it, I didn't have to learn it anymore. Hmm. Because you see, it was articulation. Mm. Yeah, but admit the popsicle was delicious. Hmm. Hmm. But, and I gotta say, what are you really doing? Because this is 2026. And we have all of these elected officials. Now, understand, I know that black representatives do not represent issues of the black people. But when they all come together and there is an issue of black people, well, those people have an obligation to bring the people together and give them an opportunity to speak on it. But when you can't speak on it, boo, and the people who look like you ain't speaking on it, what do you think you should be doing? I said, well, hell, no, I have too much to say. So I have to say what I have to say. Failure is not an option, not when you're there watching and monitoring the progress of the children who look like you. And, there's just certain things that people have to do. All 3 year olds would have been enrolled an education program had everybody been paying attention to what Kamala said as the VP, and she should have ran on that because everybody's got a thing, and they sooner to know how to handle it, but soon they're reaching out in vain. He was at that Obama opening, but the Obama Center is going to be a tool that's going to be utilized vast and wide. By who? By the people in Chicago. Boo. You gonna understand that is going to be real. And as people understand that they have certain power that they possess when they show up, then they will blow up. It's just kind of like me. You'll be able to go back and follow my podcast over there on Spotify. It's Parent Empowerment Half an Hour, and there is no other podcast like that. I promise you, when you go to look for one like that, it just don't exist, Boo. But then I understood how important to have a paid copy of Zoom. Come on and Zoom. Come on and Zoom. Come on and Zoom. Hey, 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 hey. Come on, give it a try. Because, what is this little? Take a look. It's in a book called Reading Rainbow. I can go anywhere. Take a look. It's in a book called Reading Rainbow. Reading Rainbow. LeVar Burton, he lived right around the corner from where we lived. He grew up in the same neighborhood, went to Kennedy probably, or went to Burbank. They went to the high schools over there in Sacramento. But, the deal is he graduated. But a lot of people graduated in Sacramento. They did and went on to live productive lives, I would say. My life has been pretty productive. I was able to raise my sons, my all 3 sons. My sons are not in the penitentiary. Go figure. In the hell is it that we have an 88% population of black children in the juvenile facility or prison? I don't know what it really is for the industrial complex because you got to understand failure to comply, do or die. Failure to comply, you better understand. We living in this world. Living in America. Oh, yeah, we just living in America, trying to survive. I'm just a shorty trying to get a what? Thought you knew. I'm so happy I just have one grandbaby daughter. But I wish I had more, but not really. I mean, I wish I had more that I could affect change with. I mean, because failure just not be an option. My grandbaby, she can read, but she don't know she can read, but she can read. And I tell you one thing else she can do. She can make any kind of emoji that she wants to make. She can make them with earrings. She can make them with tattoos. She can make them emojis. whatever she wants to look like, boo. That's what it is about. But when you understand that you've got that power and then you have that look, that's right. Go to my page on Fanbase and look at my grandbaby or just on my YouTube channel. That's right. My baby Naga, she's there on my YouTube. And guess what? I'm on in Zoom. Go ahead and pay the $164. Get that application, Zoom. I was gonna check out what paperclip actually does, but I'm gonna have to get that $1.99 paperclip so I can, you got to use apps before they use you, because it's just selling your information. Shona and she mentioned me in the post. Well, Shona is just amazing. That's my sister says, oh, Shona can swim like a fish. Shona's so talented, though. She gives opportunities to the children in Sacramento at the 24th Street Business Incubator. She operates and she has art classes and she lets self-expression happen for young people. You have to go where you can flow, boo. You just have to go where you can grow. But you only understand what you understand. And if you're living in a box, well, how tiny is your box, really? It could be so little. Oh, I can't go out today. It's raining. I mean, oh, I can't do this because of that. Oh, this doesn't work because I'm saying, stop making excuses and choose to do what? Live your life. Life is so short sighted. I mean, it's over when it's over and life goes on. And that's just real. I'm not trying to sound sexy or whatever, but I'm just trying to get you to understand there's a difference when you choose to live because choice is everything. This is just a 30-minute or 60-minute or 90-minute show. And you could just pause here and play a song. So I will, Cameo Heart. I'm going to pause. I don't even have to please pause. I could just push play. Enjoy. I don't want to play it up. Stop choking. Go higher. We famous. His patience. Oh. Mm. Okay. Oh, Lord. Okay, so I have to say, we have to talk about this. This is 2026. And it's, they say, oh, America has been 250 years in the making. And then simply understand what Obama did the other day by inviting all of what he sought was leading entertainers to sing and to celebrate, him and his ability to give place for people to work, to demonstrate what is the maintenance of effort for them as American citizens, as freedom. You got to pay the cost to be the boss in America. Well, if you don't believe me, ask Michael Jackson, ask Prince, ask, and you will find out that perhaps Mr. Bojangles, Sammy Davis Jr., just danced until he could dance anymore. But quite frankly, I don't need to see Mary J. Blige working her ass off, any of them, because they're on parade here on the strip, especially when Diana Ross can go on Regency. That's what they call it here. You go on Regency, whatever, and you just show up, right? There you go. Grow up. And here we are. I thought I was going to do more, but enough is enough. But you have to understand that when you choose to stand, and then you can choose to also deliver in America. Why not deliver all the time? Why not just make that a choice? Why is failure even an option? But because you think that you can demonstrate that the child was unwilling to do certain things, but it doesn't work like that. Did you not know that? Special ed really don't work. And did you not know that you just don't have the arbitrary ability to just say, oh well, I'm not gonna spend the money on that. I'm just gonna like the governor took all that money and put it over there with the Oakland A's and just took all that money for the community resources and he said, oh, well, the Oakland A's will make some donations. So I'm saying, well, boo, well, who's gonna get them donations? I'm just really, really trying to comprehend what you're saying. So it's okay that, oh no, it's not, because it's what's free and appropriate. And everybody has the right to choose. And so I'm so happy that Donald is back. That Donald came down and that he says he's not racist and that he says he's not whatever, and that we can have these real conversations as to those waivers, the waivers that were given to the people who say, oh, come here, put your business here, and we'll take care of everything. And they have been taking care of it, just like you people are taking care of it. You didn't know you was taking care of it, but you is. Yeah, but I don't want to take care of your commitments. No, not at all. I want what I'm entitled to. And I want my health care, and I want to be able to see a rheumatologist. And I want whatever America owes me, because it's that pimp factor, when people come together and they could just lie. And I said, well, how did you do that? Just everybody come together and just lie. I just saw the sign. It said 2424 in the year. Whatever. We are here. And it is our obligation and responsibility to ensure that adequacy happens, perhaps. Well, I do pay for this Opus, and it is going to shoot my little video over there and go over there to my YouTube channel. Then you will hear me then. And I don't know, but you have to decide that you will what, be relevant in the year of 2025. What is this, 2026? In the year of 2026, to stand and deliver. As failure is not an option. We don't need to follow, and we all need to stand up, and we all need to vote, and we all need to say, this is unacceptable. In the year of 2026, as an American citizen, we all have an obligation to ensure that adequacy happens for the youngest and the neediest of children. So we will see, as this is America, and we are fighting for the American dream. Yo, let's take a break. I ain't always right. Highlights of our lives. Highlights of our lives. Highlights of our lives. Our lives. Wow, is that real? I guess it is real. You know, when you think about living in America and understand that every state, every city, every town has county board of supervisors and has all of the same amenities, every state has the same footprint. That's why we have a Democratic, Republic, and then an independent party. What it matters, you have to choose first to engage in this process we call society. But when the children are not being taught how to communicate effectively, and there's all this violence, and we're not analyzing how far we've come in the 250 years, they would just like to celebrate blindly unless someone say, oh, that doesn't work for me. No. And my husband, he was in the Air Force, and I really did love him, but he really didn't love himself. That's what I'll say. He wanted to put hands on me, and anytime you put hands on me, you might as well be putting hands on yourself. Quite frankly, I left him for a reason. hmm And then I have three sons, yes, and their fathers could have done more, but that was their choice. And as it stands, none of them are still standing. None of them are still standing in America, meaning that they've all moved on. And is that, it didn't have anything to do with that. There's nothing at all. But you have to understand that it's we the people, and the obligation is ours. So, failure is not an option. Failure would never be an option for me and mine. So, therefore, I had to understand as we came around the table every 3 to 6 months because my son was a special needs student and he had a full inclusion aid, but he had a behaviorist that came in and worked with him initially. We were really making progress because he graduated above proficient. And I'm saying, and I do mean that, he doesn't need any more additional support. He can independently just make choices. And he knows how to make things happen because he can spend money. But you will understand that his daddy just died and they're trying to control what 20 years worth of money? I don't think so. He's entitled to it and we're one and audit. And that's just real. I'm sick of people thinking they can just steal because, oh, well, who's paying attention? Well, I'm paying attention, boo. I'm certainly watching. That's just real. So until you understand that back is greasy, and that just is, we did whatever we could do to survive. Failure is not an option, so we will understand that all children have a right to benefit, and to know what that benefit looks like and how to measure it. And you too will understand that failure is not an option. So, what will you do in the year of 2026? Well, definitely not back down. Definitely not back down. Stand up and hold at the moon if you need to, because failure is just not going to be an option in 2026. So, until we meet again, bro, like, subscribe. I don't think it costs anything, but if it does, then just follow me, boo. Follow me out here on the ethos. Follow me over there on YouTube. That would be Darlene Anderson 1958. Or you can follow me out there on Spotify. That would be Parent Empowerment Half an Hour over there on Spotify. Or you could just follow me, Citizen Anderson, on Podbean. And I understand the power that I do possess. As the truth shall set you free. And therein lies the troubling factor. If you don't understand what you're entitled to, will you actually attempt to achieve it? Perhaps not. Or perhaps so. One day at a time, we will find out. But until we meet again, y'all have a blessed day.